Друзья, добро пожаловать на канал «Эстетики возраста». Меня зовут Ксения Леус, я медиапродюсер, создатель «Эстетики возраста», журналист, фотограф. Сегодня мы с моим прекрасным мужем Алексеем едем снимать первый в своем цикле документальный сюжет про прекрасных вообще людей в пожилом, зрелом и старшем возрасте. Конечно же, в этом сюжете будет небольшая реклама. Пожалуйста, относитесь к этому с пониманием, потому что без вашей поддержки и поддержки рекламодателей мы просто не сможем делать этот замечательный проект. Поэтому мы с радостью будем продолжать эту деятельность и рассказывать вам о невероятных людях, которые вдохновляют в первую очередь меня и, конечно же, команду «Эстетики возраста». Это не просто рассказ, это рассказ, исследование, и этим хочу делиться с вами. Ну что, пойдем?
Пойдем.
My name is John Frito, and I live here in Anacortes. I'm 79 in the 22nd of this month, so it's coming up to my birthday. My secret is not sitting down on my butt most of the time. One of the things that I started doing when we were first married was we bought a canoe. We got a really good canoe. It's from Amazon, because that was one of the best trips I ever took, was about 10 days on the Amazon in Peru. So that really has given me a lot of strength over the years. That's the biggest thing that I've done is canoeing. And when I started having heart problems, started checking on my heart, they realized that I had actually had a couple heart attacks that I never knew happened. I attribute that to being strong enough to withstand a heart attack from the paddling that I've done for basically 50 years. My heart was strong, but it's got some problems. Both of my parents died of strokes, and they had massive strokes when they were 68. But I didn't. I mean, there's nothing better than a nice sunny day out on that porch, looking at the water, barbecuing a nice thick steak and some corn, and having a glass of wine while I do it. But my doctors have said that I've got to cut down on both the wine and the red meat. So I'm trying to cook a lot more vegetables lately. We never buy processed foods. We never eat processed foods. So sushi is my single favorite thing that I've ever go to eat. So the main thing about this house and why we're lucky to find a lot is the view. One of the things I've always said is I watch very little TV anymore because I can watch out here. Usually we're able to look out here and see harbor porpoises. There's also harbor seals regularly around here. Eagles every morning are diving for fish while we have our coffee. And every once in a while we'll see whales, but never on demand. Never when somebody's here and I want to show them whales with the whales show up. When I'm in the house, I've always seemed to have one eye looking out toward any movement in the water. Since I've been retired, you know, we used to wake up earlier and go to work every day. And that was usually 6 days a week. But I've been retired for about 10 years. And we set the alarm at 6:30. I make the coffee, Sue feeds the cat. Then we do some exercises, loosening up, limbering exercises that Sue and I do every morning. Because I'm a diabetic now, type 2, I have to start exercising after dinner because otherwise my blood sugar goes way up. If I'm not paddling, I go outside right after breakfast and walk around, maybe walk around the neighborhood. Most of the day I'm always doing something, usually outside in the yard. I do a lot of gardening, I do a lot of weeding. Nice time of year is when I'm paddling with Bellingham Bay outrigger paddlers, and that's every, 2 nights a week. Or I'm out on my single outrigger 1 or 2 nights a week in addition to that.
You said, what is this flower?
So this flower is called Santa Claus. So it's a fuchsia, but they will not get killed by the frost. So they are hardy fuchsias. Do you see the little door?
It's for cat?
Yeah.
It's for him.
There's kind of an echo of the big doors. When I moved here from San Francisco, I thought I would make furniture, but decided I couldn't afford to build a house and build a shop, and I didn't have enough money from the sale of the house in San Francisco to do that. So I started working. I got a general contractor's license. We built a house in La Conner, and that was 1979. Ended up hiring me to do ceramic tile, because I did all the ceramic tile in the house, and they hired me to do hardwood floors because I did the hardwood floors. I looked in a book and learned how to do hardwood floors. That was me doing everything on my own. I even did the plumbing in that house. So I finally sold the house several years later, but then I started getting hired to build houses. And so most of the time I'd be not working on the house. Most of the time I would be ordering materials, scheduling subcontract. So really what I was most of my life was working as a businessman. I would say my work was stressful. You're going to do this floor, the sanding and finishing or the installing, just like you would do it for your mom. And if you don't do that perfect as you can for your mom, it's not good for our business and it's not good for you. That fireplace, I had them build it to my design, and it actually heats the house.
I thought it's a cat inside.
Yeah, there are cats. You can tell we like cats here.
Yeah.
But so that's a very tall and very wide fireplace, and that actually can heat the house because that's the style that the original colonists used to heat their houses. And other things in the house. This has one big piece of glass and three small. We call them lights. One large light, three small lights. And then all the lights up there have that same pattern.
Oh yeah, that's right, the consistency, yeah, that's cool.
And then all the doors in the house, like that door up there, you see, they're flip-flop because I can only get them that way. There's a big panel and then three smaller panels.
Yeah. There's a lot of wood.
Yeah.
I guess this is really the theme of your home, and it's very warm.
Wood is how I made my money.
Right.
With wood floors. I made my living doing wood floors. I mean, we used to design and build houses. Before that, I was a school teacher. And, but after the houses, we were making more money doing wood floors. So that's how I can afford this house. My father was a doctor. After taking biology in high school, and then I was a biology or pre-medical major in college, but I'd always loved biology. I'd always loved nature. And you know that I garden, and I love the flowers and the plants that I grow. I have the hummingbird feeders. So I had this one growing all summer. I didn't have to buy a new one. I just took it in for the winter, and it doesn't die back. You just keep them from freezing. And so these two have to be brought in every winter. I like these flowers. That's one of the things that I do, one of my hobbies, besides my main hobby, which is my cat. We've raised three amazing daughters, and they all do amazing things. And there's 7 grandchildren. Now that we start having health problems, they come right to the help. I mean, they are just so amazing at how they help. Yeah, I'm really proud of our kids. They're just great kids. So that's the biggest contribution I think I've done. We promised when we got married that we were going to stay together in goodness and in health. And I don't understand why people don't keep that promise. With that promise, when something goes wrong between us, you work it out. So we lived together and we worked together, and we still got along. Yeah, so that is how well we got along and gave each other the space to do what we needed to do. I was a phenomenal salesman. Sue was an expert doing the books. And that's how come we have what we have to retire with. And so she was just as important in that business as me. The big mouth salesman, she was quiet doing all the bookkeeping, but it's worked out pretty well. This is Matt from Tahiti, because we went to Tahiti on a trip. For our 50th wedding anniversary, we went to Tahiti. And our neighbors had their 50th anniversary, and some friends from San Francisco who we've known for 55 years, we all had our anniversaries at about the same week. So all 6 of us went to Tahiti, rented a big house on a coral atoll north of Tahiti. So we had a good time.
What's the secret of happy relationship?
Well, he's a pretty funny guy. That helps.
You have to work hard. It's old-fashioned, but you have to work hard to get what you want. And you have to be fair and nice to people. I mean, you work hard, you keep your promises, be pleasant and nice to people as much as you can. That'd be my advice.